Okay, I think everyone has joined, or maybe there are some people are joining. First of all, thanks to all of you who have joined till now, and welcome all. So I'm going to host this session today. So we take it from here. Like, just imagine you have scraped thousands of data. Okay, just imagine that you have scraped thousands or maybe tens of thousands of data of reviews from across the web. You have tamed the wild data jungle, stored it, cleaned it, maybe even run some cool analysis. And then what? You send it off in a CSV and hope someone opens it, understand it, and does something useful with it. But here's the thing: business don't want raw data. They want insights, they want answers, they want decisions now. So let me ask you, what if instead of just being the scrapping guy or the data girl, you become the one who delivered clarity? Imagine that turning the data into a sleek, interactive web app using Streamlit, one where you can, one where your client can explore trends, dive into sentiment, filter by product, and see value instantly. No tech skills needed, no CSVs to open, just insight on demand. Now, maybe you are thinking that why give them an app? Why not just charge for every scrapping task? Yes, you could charge per task, but what if they never come back? Now imagine offering the same solution as a SaaS product. Instead of a one time fee, you are getting monthly recurring revenue. And the beauty is, the same app can be sold to the multiple clients. You are not just doing data work anymore, you are building products. Profitable tools that combine scraping plus analysis is equal to real business value. We'll walk through this today and with a real world example, like a Trustpilot scraper. And I'll show you exactly how to go from the data to app to income. So let's go dive into it. But before this, let me introduce myself. So I am Heather, working as a data engineer in a Philip Dish. I am a data engineer, web scraping enthusiast, and a tiny app developer. I have built multiple applications. I have built multiple automations. Some of the applications that I have made for my projects, I have made for my clients, like the Trustpilot reviews, Google Map Scraper, where you can just enter the entity type and scrape the complete Google Map locations. And same as I have built one more scraper for Amazon, where you can just enter the product name like the men's watches, and it will give you the complete data related to the men watches along with the insights that what products are going to be useful to sell, what are the keywords that are used frequently. So when I started working as a web scraper, so I had no idea that what should I do with this data. Should I sell this data to someone? Although it is sometimes it is unethical. And then I realized, why should I make a app? I already knew about the Streamlit, but when I started working on it, and then I realized that I should make an app which can analyze, visualize the dashboard. So in this session, I'm going to present you my Trustpilot review scraper, that what it's do, what it does, how can we use it, how I built it. I will share you the GitHub link as well because it is in a public repo, so you can check it by yourself. So what is the Trustpilot reviewer? So it is the simple one. You just enter the company name. It scrape the reviews from Trustpilot. It applies the sentiment analysis on it. Then it provide in an interactive dashboards. So the user doesn't need for the any type of technical knowledge or the coding one. So how does it work? There are three components. Number one is the UI, Streamlit UI. So Streamlit UI accept the user input. Then there is and scraping module, which fetch the data. Then there is one more module for the analysis or processing the data. And at the end, the same Streamlit UI visualize the dashboard interactively. So here in this video, you can see it that how this dashboard or this application is working. Hey everyone, today I want to show you something really exciting, how I use my custom built scraping tool to extract Trustpilot reviews and turn them into actionable insights using a dashboard. And fourth, I've scraped McDonald's UK reviews. Now let's dive in. Here is the dashboard that I built using the scrap data. First up, we have the total reviews count, which gives us an idea of how much customer feedback has been corrected. Then we have the average rating showing the overall customer satisfaction level. To make things more insightful, I categorize the comment into positive and negative reviews. This helps in quickly identifying customer sentiment. But let's take it a step further. Using sentiment analysis, I extracted the most commonly used positive and negative words in the reviews. For example, in the negative section, you'll notice words like missing items, wrong orders, bad service. These indicate recurring complaint. On the positive side, we can see some words like lukewarm, great service. This gives us solid understanding of customer pain points and strength. And here is the pie chart that visualizes the distribution of positive, negative, and neutral reviews. This makes it easy to grasp the overall sentiment at glance. Next, we have the review frequency chart, which shows how often customers leave feedback. This can help in identifying trends, like if there is a. So in this app, you can not only visualize the data by yourself, but also you can download the data frame for yourself and analyze the data. Now let me go through the technical part of this, that what are the modules I have used, what are the libraries that I used here. So so first of all, I use the scraper.py. This is the file which is sending the request, parsing the HTML, and after that, just extracting the JSON from the Trustpilot, manipulating it, extracting the data that I need, like the reviewer name, what the review is, what is the header of the review, and at the end, it just provide me the data frame. Then I have used one more one more file, one more module, which is the analysis one. So the analysis module then do like, first of all, it cleans the data. Then after cleaning it, it does the sentiment analysis. And after the sentiment analysis, it works on the graphs or the chart or visualization one. And once I have created both things, then I created the dashboard.py. Actually, this is the Streamlit dashboard. So here I just visualize it by using the data frame by the extract underscore data, and then converted it to the data frame. And after that, I use the data for the visualization. Let me share you the GitHub link with you so that you can analyze it by yourself. And also, it is the public library, so I will be happy if you can collaborate in it and enhance it. So there is a question that why I use the Streamlit. There are some other frameworks as well for the visualization. Like I could go for the Flask, I could go for the Dash one. Why didn't I use it? So there are two main reasons that I didn't use the Flask or the Streamlit. The Flask is the full web app, and for that one you need a front end work. You need to know about the front end work. You need to know about the HTML, CSS, and then the complete API one. But in the Streamlit is the complete opposite. It use the Python code and generate the front end by itself. And the second thing is for hosting the Flask and Dash, you need some cloud service like AWS, Azure, or Google Cloud. And also, it is bit technical, and you should have the knowledge of the DevOps so that you can have a minimum bill. And maybe, and also it is expensive as well. But at the same time, Streamlit is easy to deploy, and also it is free. Like if you are creating a small app which will be used for 10 to 20 people, so you can easily create it for free. So these are the two reasons that I went for the Streamlit rather than the Flask or the Dash one. Now, how can we use this specific Trustpilot application? So we can use it for the competitor monitoring. And if you own your company and your company on the Trustpilot, so you can easily read about your reviews and identify that what are the main reasons that customers are not satisfied and what are the your biggest strength. So you can easily visualize from this application. Now, what if anyone wants to build an stable app? Because as I said earlier that many of us just run the scraper in our PC, but we don't think about the stable app. So what are the things that we need to build an stable app? So the first thing is the successful request. As we all know that whenever we send a request and if we not get a proper response, so it is a big hurdle in term of the application, because you are not using in your console and you can't fix it immediately. You have deployed it for the user and now it is throwing an response error or request error. So for the number one thing is a successful request. And for the successful request, definitely you can use the Zeit API, that it will provide you a response to 200 response along with proper data so that you can use it. Another thing that you can do is the reliable data element. Rather than, so what I suggest, just go for each and every HTML element, go for a JSON element, like try to find JSON file in that script, because JSON is the uh, powerful way to extract the data. Because it will why JSON? So first of all, that many of the website loads the JSON file in the form of API, and JSON is provide the structured data. Unlike we go for each and every HTML tag, and there is a chance that when after 6 or 7 months the websites get updated and maybe their HTML tags also get updated, so it can ruin our application. So for this purpose I go for the JSON one. So where we can find the JSON? So we can, in my experience, I think that we can find the JSON in three places. So what are they? Number one is XHR and fetch request, and also you can find the you can find the JSON in the HTML tag, in the HTML code. And let me show you that how can we find it. So for the first thing, we just need to go to the website, open the dev tool, go to the network, and in the network one, we just need to click the fetch and XHR. And after that, here we can find the complete details of the products. And for requesting one, we can use this URL by some minor amendments. So this is the first place where we can find the JSON easily. Another place where we can find the JSON is like this one or Trustpilot or many other websites shares the JSON here. This just inspect the element, Control F, and find like LD plus JSON. So as you can see that we have two matches of the LD plus JSON. So yeah, this is first one is the JSON that is providing the complete review details available on this page. And the third place where we can find the JSON, where we can find the JSON or how we can find the JSON is like if we search for the LD plus JSON here, so we can't find the details about the product here. So what I do, I just take the name of any product. Like here we can take the name of Cheetos Red Flaming. So I just search here Cheetos Red. Yep. Yes. So that's it. So this is the JSON which is already present on the HTML code. So rather than going to each and every HTML tag like this one, try to find out the JSON and use it for your code for a stable application. So once you get the JSON, now the next stage is to clean and manipulate the data. So you can easily clean, structurize, or analyze the data using the pandas library. And I hope that many of us are familiar with it. We use it in our multiple projects. So pandas is your best friend to manipulate the data, and also it is more user friendly than others. Then for the sentiment analysis, we can use the text blob. As you can see in the, this is the just example, like in this is a just piece of code, and in this piece of code you can easily analyze the sentiment of the text, like whether the comment or feedback is positive, negative, or neutral. So you can easily get it from the text blob library. And for definitely for the visualized one, you can use the Streamlit. And as you can see that this is the small piece of code and it can visualize it easily rather than writing a complete HTML and CSS and then connecting them together. A simple piece of code can visualize the data and it can also create an application. There are much more in the Streamlit, like you can create multiple pages. You can also add the authentication in the Streamlit, like you can connect it with Firebase for the authentication. You can connect it with the JSON file or any GitHub file for the authentication. So Streamlit is not that simple app. And the most important thing, and what I say, the precaution is to apply the proper try and accept. As you know that when we are scraping anything, so there are chances that we might miss some tag. There might be not internet. So avoiding it, just use the try and accept with a proper log so the customer can understand or user can understand as well, and also you can get the record of that error as well. Now there is a question that how can means what now there is a question that how can we use these application and what are the scenarios that where we can use these applications. So with this type of tool we can create a SaaS based application, like I have created the review sentiment analysis. Also we can create an application like I have created Google Map to extract the local business data scraping. We can create the e-commerce price scraping and analyze it, that there it is in a huge demand that people who want to sell on the Amazon, they need such type of product where they can just write a product and get the complete analysis of it. I have gone through several applications of the Amazon scrapers, but they only provide the CSV file, but they are not providing you the complete analysis. So these kind of application can help you in it. And my final thought is that scrapping is just the beginning one. uh, with the help of Streamlit, and if you are more advanced or you more professional, so you can use the fast API and create a proper application for the scrapping rather than just stuck into the scrapping site. So that's all from my side. I would happy to answer your questions.